looking for that opening. Both of these fighters understand that this is 3 2-minute rounds. Stamina and strategy is going to determine this fight, especially for Chris. He's been through 6 fights today. Backpedaling, locking up. Scott delivering 3 hard shots to the knees. If he takes that knee out, Chris just might be out of this tournament. Oh, and a swing to the head. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a full force swing. The louder you cheer, the harder they fight. This is it. This could be first and second place. If Chris keeps out of that distance, Scott is going to cut him down left and right. Chris has got to get inside of that longsword. Oh, getting inside. Can he keep up with him? Keeping that distance. Unable to connect. We got shots in a row. Ladies and gentlemen, if they come through that barrier, just hold up a small child to protect yourself.
Run away. Yeah.
Ready? Engage.
We got 30 seconds left in this first round. 30 seconds left. We're going to count down the last 10 together. Chris looking for the opening on the inside. Chopping away at the leg. And a hold. We got 20 seconds on the clock. 20 seconds. 20 seconds on the clock. Chris trying to close that gap, getting away from that long sword. Those power strikes are going to knock him out. Right into the side of the head. He's got to get into those sides. We got 10 seconds. Count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Engage!
This is where the strategy comes in for Chris. If Chris can hold this round, he can eliminate the need for a third round, and he gets to face Scott again for potentially winning first place. This is any fighter's game. Power strike. Chris has got to get inside that long sword. Shield punch to the face, but I don't know if that'll count. Exchange of blows. Chris has called that. He's closed that distance. He's locked up. He's wrapped up. He's going for a leg throw, and we got a takedown. Scott's probably going to earn a point for that takedown. Chris has got to close that gap, but if he gets too close, he's going to have to worry about a leg throw. Marshall just checking the Aventel. In case you're wondering what that metal disc in the back with X on it, X marks the spot. That's a sweet spot. On Friday, we had one of our knights go down because he was hit in the back of the neck through the padding with a sword. Caused a static shock down his back, and the knight just fell to the ground, out cold. That disc will protect Scott from a potential strike, knocking him down. Here comes Chris trying to close that gap again. He's got to get inside that gap. He's got to win this round. He's closed the gap. He's hitting away. We got Collins. That's an all-boxing match. It's going crazy. The louder you cheer, the harder they fight. It's non-stop melee. We got 1 minute left on the clock. It's blow for blow. It's anyone's game at this point. I have no idea what the score is, but this is incredible! With a disarm. Medics just checking. We had a lot of wild blows there.
Nice.
We got the marshal checking equipment there. We had a lot of punches to the head. Looks like we had a faceplate out of point. We have 5-0, 50 seconds left on the clock. Audience, if you enjoy what you're seeing, why don't you cheer loudly and let them know? It's a game of stamina and strategy. Scott's still trying to close the gap and win this round. If he does that, he might be able to unseat Scott from his first place holding. Can we have a squire to the field to check Scott's arm? It looks like his left arm strap is loose. Squire to the field. Squire and Knight confirming that the arm plate is in place. Marshal and judges have conferred. Marshal, do we have a judge? Do we have a score at this point?
21 to 9.
21 to 9, Scott. Scott really wants to take this the distance. Chris needs to close this gap. How much time do we have left? We have 50 seconds left. Chris has really got to get inside that longsword.
Engage!
Chris trying to accumulate points. Oh, he's got to lock up. Oh, look at the punches. Look at the punches go. He's got his sword locked back. He couldn't get it. There had to be at least 10 shots to the leg. He's got his sword locked. He's going for the leg lock. He breaks away. 30 seconds left in this round. He's locking up his shield into his face mask. Marshal calls hold.
Engage!
Chris having to close that gap. Cheer him on. Cheer him on. He's inside the gap. He's in there. He's chopping. He's chopping. He's got points. He's got points. We got how many? 10 seconds. Count them down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Ladies and gentlemen, give him a round of applause.
God save the Queen. God save the Queen.
Please be seated. Thank you. Your Majesty, just joining us, I would like to catch you up on the combat. This knight seated next to you has been fighting undefeated. The knight next to him has been defeated one time. They are vying for first place. The far knight won the first round of combat. We are waiting for the official score on this second round of combat. 30-31 to Scott. 30-31. By 1 point, Scott wins the second round, which means we will have a third round of combat. 1 minute round. Your Majesty, do you have any words of encouragement for these knights?
We just are very excited to see this feat of battle. We are most excited. We know that the truest knight shall win.
God will it, and God save the Queen.
God save the Queen!
Your Majesty, with your permission, we'd like to water these knights and get them back out there. Thank you, Your Majesty. This last round of combat will be 1 minute. 1 minute. If Chris does not win this round of combat, Scott will be our first place winner in this year's tournament. Marshal, with the suspense pending, what do you think is going to be the outcome here?
Good standing. We would strike thee once in the name of Scotland. We would strike thee twice in the name of your sovereign. And when we strike thee twice, thrice in the name of the Lord, please arise and find yourself a knight of the realm.
Woo! And God save the Queen!
God save the Queen!
Round 3. Give it up for our round card. Going around the ring, round 3. Lovely ladies going around the ring, round 3. Give it up for our lovely lady.
Gentlemen! Salute! Salute! Her Majesty!
Your section.
Fighters, are you ready? Yeah. Judges, are you ready? Ready. Timekeeper. Gentlemen, 1 minute. Engage.
Strategy here is Chris has to win this round if he wants a chance at first place. If Scott simply defends this round, he holds first place.
Flop, flop, flop. Oh! No, they're good, they're good.
Marshall recentering the knights.
Right.
Chris trying to take ground to close that gap to get inside that longsword. He's in, but can he hold it? Locking up his shield, swinging away at the leg, swinging away at the leg. Those are all points. And the helmet, and the helmet, and the helmet again. And we've got our armor on the ground. Oh. It's under Sir and Third boots.
Take your guards. Engage.
30 seconds on the clock. Can Chris take this round? 30 seconds. Chris just swinging away, cheer him on, cheer him on. 20 seconds on the clock. Count down the last 10 seconds with me. We got 15 seconds on the clock. 15. He's by 2 points. Chris has to close this. We got 15 seconds. Count it down with me.
Are you ready? Ready. Judges. Ready. Timekeeper. Engage.
15, 14, 13, 10, 11, runway, 8, 7, 6. Hold with 5 seconds on the clock. I started counting the wrong way, but I just want to see more fighting. You want to see more fighting? You gotta cheer Chris on. If Chris loses this round, it's over. Chris has got to lose this round if you want to see more fighting. Cheer him on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hold. Out of 3 rounds, 5 minutes of hard combat, you have a winner. The final score is for Scott Wattenberger.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call Scott Wattenberger, Chris Wimmer, and Philip Bejarano to the field. We have determined our first, our second, and our third place combatants. Our lovely ring ladies, where did they go? Lovely, lovely Maria, would you bring the girls over, please? We're going to ask our ring ladies to reach right behind the throne there and pick up the engraved goblets. Also on the table you will find 3 brass brooches. The white brooch is for first place. The white brooch with the white gem is for first place. As well as the engraved sword and the $100 cash value gift certificate, the Age of Chivalry, goes to first place, both of those. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been the 2nd annual historic European Martial Arts Tournament, brought to you by the Sonora Celtic Fair and our proud sponsors. Your Majesty, would you please present 3rd place with the brooch and the engraved goblet? Your Majesty, would you please present 2nd place with the engraved goblet and the brooch? Huzzah! Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure and honor to introduce to you Scott Wattenberger, our first place champion of the 2nd annual Sonora Celtic Fair Invitational Historic European Martial Arts Tournament. Your Majesty, if you would please do us the honor.
Congratulations, well fought.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! Your Majesty, as well as the $100 gift certificate and the sword that our dear Marshal tried to run away with. Huzzah! He's giving it all back.
I'd like to thank all of you for being here and helping make this extremely special to me. But I got one more special thing to do. Every knight needs a sword.
Huzzah!
Oh, man,